Hello, I'm going to do the Capricorn energy reading, and this may or may not resonate with you. If it does, take the parts that do resonate. If it does not, leave the parts that do not resonate, as those may be meant for someone else. All right, what you may possibly be struggling with today. We have the Death card, or we have Scorpio. What you need to focus on is we have the Star or Aquarius, and energies coming in is the Ten of Swords. So definitely some relief, right? All right, so let's look at this Death card. We have the Hangman and we have the Ace of Cups. We have the Two of Pentacles. Let's look at the Star card. What do we got for the Star card? We have, Nine of Pentacles. I like that, especially with the Star. We have the Eight of Swords and we have the Emperor. Good, very powerful, coming into your own power, right? Love that, love that. No longer holding yourself back. All right, Ten of Swords. Oh, look at that. We have the Ten of Cups. Ten of Swords and Ten of Cups. We have the Five of Cups. And then we have the Two of Cups. I feel like one more. That's what I was feeling like. But I also feel like it has to do a lot with relationships this week for Capricorn. I feel like it's you're working on your relationships and you're working through things. But it could also just be the relationship that you have with yourself, right? That it's you're choosing you. You're doing things for you. You're figuring things out for you. So what you may be struggling with is that you are Death card is you're holding on to something that is stopping you from progress. It's stopping you from moving forward, right? It's stopping you from change. That there's something that's holding you back. It could be because we have the Hangman there. It could be that you're not seeing something, that you're not, because you're not looking at things from a different perspective, that you have tunnel vision on something. When we have tunnel vision, we're just looking straight ahead, like we're not seeing around us. We're not seeing other possibilities. This could have to do with yourself, the relationship that you have with yourself, making choices for yourself, doing things for yourself. Are you opening your doors to negativity? Are you letting that come into your life? Could also be that a relationship that you're struggling with, to find the balance within a relationship, right? It could be that it has something to do with a relationship where you're not seeing that person's point of view. And, you know, Capricorn can be stubborn. I'm a Capricorn sun and a Capricorn rising, and definitely I'm stubborn, right? I have trouble. Sometimes I'm better at it, but, you know, I would have trouble giving in, or I would have trouble seeing somebody else's point of view, right? And Capricorn is a goat, so goats can be stubborn, and I mean, we all can, doesn't matter what sign. But I feel like there may be something that, you know, you're being stubborn about, or you're kind of having that tunnel vision, or you're not seeing, because you're having trouble, you're struggling with seeing things from a different point of view, from a different perspective. You're struggling with that within a relationships and feelings, and it's either yourself or with someone else, and trying to find that balance. We also have the infinity sign here, which is individual empowerment and everlasting love. It could have to do with a Scorpio. What are you holding on to? I feel like what you need to look at is, what is it that you're holding on to, and why are you holding back? You're holding back with something. What are you holding back? What are you holding on to? What are you holding back for? What is it that you're afraid of? What is it that has put you into this Eight of Swords? This is something that you're doing to yourself, and why are you putting yourself in this Eight of Swords? Why have you done that, right? Does it have to do with emotions and feelings? What is it that you're holding on to? I feel like these two are connected here, the Death and the Eight of Swords. You're holding yourself back from something, and that's what you need to look at, right? You have to restore hope, because that's what the Star is. You have to restore that hope, because I feel like you've lost hope, that you've given up on something. You've given up on something because you're not seeing it from a different perspective. Where something may have been a roadblock, right? That something happened that it was like a roadblock, but it's a challenge for you to see how badly you want something or you want to work through something. It was a challenge for you that I feel that it weakened you and it made you lost hope. But it's like, okay, how do I restore hope? I love this because it's looking at positive things and it's looking at power, control, figuring out how to get things back on track, not holding yourself back, and freeing yourself from this. And what's the energy that comes in here? We have the 10 of Swords, we have the 10 of Cups, we have the 2 of Cups, we have the Ace of Pentacles. And yes, there is a 5 of Cups here, but what is here? 2 cups. And what card is behind it? 2 cups. Once you're able to let this go, which goes back to this, which goes back to this, then you're able to focus on this. There's beautiful things that want to come in for you, and a release and a lightness. I feel a lightness, like this is heavy over here. This is heavy that you have on your shoulders that you're carrying, right? There's relations or feelings or emotions within yourself or with somebody else that has caused you to build these swords around you, and it's time for you to take back your power. Take it back, right? When you have your power and when you feel that you're more in control and you start focusing on the positive things, right? And you start being in that energy of, yes, I'm successful. Yes, I'm lovable. Yes, I'm a good person. Yes, I deserve positive things happening. I deserve good things happening, right? When you start surrounding yourself with this positive energy, when you're giving yourself that high five in the mirror and you're saying, I'm a beautiful, good person, right? That I can do it, that I can overcome these obstacles, right? That I can let go of the negativity that's holding me back. I can see things from a different perspective, that I'm a good person and I deserve that. Then you start surrounding yourself with that energy and things start to come in for you, right? Things start to happen for you. You're feeling lighter, you're feeling better. And when a challenge comes, you're like, you know what? I'm going to look at it, I'm going to process it, I'm going to let it go, and I'm going to turn around and I'm going to start working on the positive, right? That I'm going to continue to love myself, that I'm going to continue to make choices that are best for me. And I'm going to go after those things that I want to go after. I'm going to start making things happen, right? That I'm not going to deny myself and find reasons to not make something happen. But I'm going to find ways to make those things happen. And I feel like you start to pursue things that you've been holding back on, and I feel like it has to do with career or money or a job or a business, right? That you, because you are surrounding yourself with this energy, that you've restored your hope, that you've got your power, right? That you're like, I'm in control of making my own 10 of Cups. I'm not going to let anything hold me back, and I'm going to focus on the positive, and I'm going to surround myself with positive people that are there to support me, that are there to help me through those times when I'm feeling weak, not those people who hold me down and who hold me back and say, see, I told you you wouldn't be able to do it, or people who are negative. That you surround yourself with relationships that are supportive within yourself. We have to start with us first, right? We have to see, who are we surrounding ourselves with? What is our own feelings that we have about ourselves? Are we making choices that are best for ourselves? We have to ask ourselves those tough questions, right? And that's what you have to look at. All right, so you're having trouble seeing things from a different perspective. Sometimes you have to keep hearing the same message until you get it, right? Round and round, you keep going round and round, round and round. That's what I was just saying, is that sometimes you have to keep hearing the same message until it's that time when it finally clicks. Right? That you finally see it from a different perspective. Sometimes you can hear the same message 10 different ways, but one way, right, the 11th finally clicks. You're like, oh, that makes sense to me because it was presented to me in a way that I could understand. Regeneration. that definitely goes very well with this reading, because it's regeneration within yourself. Because here I feel that you're very weak and you're stuck, right? That you're holding yourself back, but it's regeneration for this, right? The Emperor, the Ten of Cups, the Two of Cups. Ten of Swords is that you feel like you are completely drained and like, oh, I can't even take one more step, right? Like, I can't even deal with this. But tens are also completions. So it's moving on from that, the completion of feeling heavy, and you're starting to feel, once you start focusing on those positive things and you start putting yourself in that positive energy, then you build off of that, right? It's one step at a time. I know, sorry, now I have hiccups. I know that for me, something that really helps is that I started doing some stretching. It's just like 10 minutes before I start my day. And it's just, I don't have anything set. I just do some stretches, whatever I feel like doing. And let me tell you that I can feel the stiffness in my neck and in my shoulders and in my back. And when I do those stretching, the release of that, the lightness of that has really helped me a lot. And I feel motivated, right? I feel ready to start my day. I'm like, oh, I got rid of all that tension. Sometimes we have to look at those little things, and just doing that for even 5 minutes. Sometimes I'll just do it for 5 minutes and I'll do it really quick. And I'm just like, oh, right? That regenerates me, right? Working off those good things that happen to push you forward. We have the Angel of Balance, finding that balance to where, yes, there are things in life that you have to focus on and you have to do, right? You have to go to your job, you have to make money, you have to pay your bills, right? But then it's also that balance of what can you do for you that helps you feel regenerated, right? That regenerates you. Like I said, doing those things, just stretching 5 minutes, right? You can take 5 minutes, do some stretching, sit on the floor or just stand in front of the couch or the bed and do some stretches, right? What helps you to regenerate? Whatever those things are, have that balance, the Angel of Balance, to work on those things that help you too. It's not always about the other things. You have to take time for yourself to regenerate. I'm kind of feeling this card too. The Garden and the Gate. Could be gardening. Opening the gate to the garden of happiness and fulfillment and those things that excite you, right? Those things that make you feel good and regenerate you. All right. Thank you so much for watching. As always, stay positive, stay safe, and I'll see you next time.